Shripad Rajam Sharanam Prapadhe. We start with the chapter 3, which describes Shankarbhatt's meeting with Palani Swami. Shankarbhatt had now reached Agraharpur. One day, when he was engrossed in singing bhajans in praise of Lord Shripad, some messengers from the king of Vichitrapur came to meet him. They said, "Sir, soon after you left, the prince suddenly fainted. A young radiant boy, barely 16 or 17 years old, placed vibhuti, that is sacred ash, on the prince's tongue, and miraculously the dumb prince attained speech." Shankarbhatt smiled knowingly and said, the young boy was none other than Shripad Shrivallabh. Then they all sang in praise of Lord Shripad. Shankarbhatt then set out for Kurapur with a Brahmin named Madhav Namboodri. At Chidambaram, they had a strong desire to visit Palani Swami, a highly evolved soul who isolated himself on the mountain. He was 300 years old and waiting for Lord Shripada's instruction to enter a new physical body. Shankarbhatt and Madhav Namboodri humbly saluted him. Palani Swami then went on to tell them the principles of Kanaad Rishi. He revealed certain aspects of evolution of the universe as follows. The entire universe is made up of molecules which further split up into finer particles called atoms. These subatomic molecules move about their center in their specific orbits with a very great speed. The existence of these atoms and subatoms and their evolution creates an electric force. This is similar on a macroscopic level to the planets orbiting around the sun as a center. These subatomic fine particles thus create a vibrational energy. But the amazing fact is that the vibrational energy in each and every living organism is of much finer magnitude. These vibrations in living beings constitute the life or the energy-giving force which we call the Prana Shakti. Each fine particle constituting such vibration has a magnitude equivalent to 0. But the sum total of all such micro vibrations is the universe. Thus, the energy flow in all the organisms is the same. In the early dawn, if an idol is consecrated, then the idol becomes a source of energy for all devotees. This energy then fulfills the desires of the devotees. All mantras exist in the Kundalini, which is a serpent-coiled energy state, in a subtle form, including the Gayatri mantra. It is a common belief that the Gayatri mantra has 3 stanzas, but in reality there is a 4th stanza also. It says, Paror Jasi Savadom, which indicates the invisible form of energy, and the formless energy Kundalini Shakti creates the universe with its 24 elements. Gayatri Mantra too has 24 letters. The number 24 is also named Gokul. Go means 2 and Kul means 4. The creation, that is Brahma, never undergoes any change. It is always consistent or constant, and it indicates it through the number 9. The number 8 is a manifestation of Mahamaya, the illusionary form. The devotees of Lord Shripad would call him Dau Chaupati Deva Lakshmi. The Supreme Creator is the master or caretaker of all living beings. The master means number 9 and Lakshmi indicates number 8. Lord Shripad had visited Palani at mountain 108 years ago and had initiated Palani Swami. It so happened that during the initiation, the Brahma Kamal or the supreme lotus flowers were seen falling at Lord Shripad's feet simultaneously when they were being offered by the great yogis of Himalayas to Lord Badrinarayan. The peculiarity about these lotus flowers is that they bloom only once a year. It is said that Lord Vishnu had performed a sacred ritual for Lord Shiva with these flowers. There is also belief that one who gets to see the blooming of these flowers gets rid of all the sins committed by him. Even the great yogis get rid of their obstacles in the spiritual path and accelerate their penance to a greater level. Shri Palani Swami then went into deep meditation for 10 days. During the course of time, Madhav Namboodri was bit by a snake. As instructed earlier by Palani Swami, Madhav Namboodri's body was kept in a pit dug nearby. When Palani Swami came out of his meditative state, he called for the snake which had bitten Madhav Namboodri and pleaded for the venom to be removed from his body. Thus, Madhav Namboodri came to life once again. Madhav was extremely happy on becoming alive once again. He reached Kurapur but in a subtle form. He was blessed on meeting Lord Shripada, who instructed that he should go to the central part of the island of Kurapur. There, a huge serpent informed him, Lord Sri Datta was born on the Anasuya mountain in Nepal to the couple Atri Anasuya. He immortalized his incarnation at various places like Nilgiri mountains, Sri Shailam, Shabaragiri and Sahyadri mountains. He was the one who initiated Gorakshanath of the Nath cult. He gave a supreme formless vision to Sant Jnaneshwar, a great yogi who wrote Jnaneshwari in Marathi language. Sri Dattatreya has transcended space and time. In his proximity, one does not have any difference between the past, present and future. In fact, they all culminate into one. The serpent further said, Madhav, my name is Kanaad Rishishwar. After 1000 years of his incarnation, Sri Dattatreya was determined that he must remain in the invisible form for some time. So he immersed himself in a river on the banks of which my clan was waiting. After a year, he emerged out of the river with a vessel filled with an intoxicating liquid in his hand and a 16-year-old young lady on his lap. We were shocked to see this form and returned back. At the same time, the two forms also disappeared. We then realized that the vessel with the intoxicating liquid was a sacred nectar and the young lady was goddess Anagalakshmi. She is the epitome of the energy of the Trinity. We were ashamed of ourselves that we could not identify the divine form. We then took up a penance pleading Sri Dattatreya to incarnate once again. As a result, Sri Dattatreya is now in Sri Kshetra Pitikapuram as Shripad Shrivallabh. Kurapur is thus the place where Lord Shripad first took a holy dip. It is also the place where Kuru, the ancestor of the Kauravas and Pandavas, were initiated. This place is indeed sacred. The chapter thus concludes here. Listeners and readers who are said to have a serpent curse or have problems with their pregnancy can get rid of their problems by reading or listening to this chapter. May Lord Shripad bless us all. Shripad Rajam Sharanam Prapadhe.